Hello tarot friends, this is Ultraviolet Morgan, and today I'm going to do something just slightly special. Hopefully it'll be special. Slightly different. We're going to do a pick a card, and it's just a general reading, I suppose we could also call it. What do you need to know? So what I'm going to do is, with the zombie tarot, because the zombie tarot is pretty new to me, and because also the book is really awesome and clever and funny and I love it, and also because the book descriptions are really quite short, I'm actually going to just for the zombie tarot aspect, I will be what am I going to be doing, guys? I am going to... Whoa, sorry. My brain has left my body. Ooh. I'm going to read the specific messages right out of the book after I read the... after I do the reading. So, pile number 1 is going to be this large charging plate. Pile number 2 is a plain rock. And pile number 3 is going to be this greenstone, which I know all the names of these, but for some reason I cannot think of them. Yikes, oh yikes. Bodes well. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead for those who chose pile number 1. Man, I love this thing. It's so beautiful. Those who chose pile number 1, we're going to get right into it. Pile 1. Pile 1 starts with the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles to me is she is that woman who really has your back, who teaches you to stand up for yourself, who teaches you to value yourself, and teaches by example to value yourself and your self-worth. Then we have the Two of Wands in reverse. So I feel like there's a parting of ways here. Basically, I feel like that the Queen of Pentacles is kind of saying something in your life is not good for you, and then it might be time to sort of leave it behind. Then we have the Four of Pentacles, again, that you could be holding on to something that's not good for you, chasing something that doesn't want to be chased. All right, and then we have, look at this, the Queen of Swords. So the Queen of Swords is all about boundaries. She's all about kind of keeping that distance, using your mind, protecting your heart, or leaving your heart out of it, kind of leaving your passions out of it, but just being clear thinking and making good choices, making wise choices, and having a little bit of distance, looking, the Queen of Swords is kind of sort of asleep on it. Also, the Queen of Swords also can represent a divorced or widowed woman or an unmarried woman. So again, we have this sense of something kind of being left behind, separating from something. The sword is cutting the separation from you and this other person or thing, some sort of cord cutting, some sort of Twizzler, anyone? Making a clean break, sort of energy. Okay, and then we have the King of Swords to really continue with the same theme. Again, being impartial and being, man, that word just flew out of my head, but being, keeping sort of that distant. What is that word I want? Okay, well, being stoic, being unbiased, just being really objective and being really not getting personally involved, whatever the word, for like, okay, so sometimes the swords make us think of surgeons because of sharp instruments used in surgery. So when you're when you're a surgeon and you're in surgery and you have to remain I can't think of the word, but I think you guys know what I mean. You can't get personally involved, and you have to sort of remain remote, and you have to think rationally. You have to. Someone's life is sort of dependent on your ability to separate your emotional responses and stay kind of stay out of the fray. Guys, sorry. I know exactly what I mean, but I'm just having such a hard time. And then we have the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. So, wow, yeah. I feel like whatever it is that Spirit is kind of calling you to leave behind could be something really significant. It could be something that you're detaching yourself from, something that's it could have value. It could have something that you desire, that you want to have, that could be giving you status. It could, like if you're in high school, you're dating the football player, but the relationship's not good, but if you break up with the football player, you kind of go back to being a quote-unquote nobody, a high school nobody. And so yeah, I'm feeling like whatever this is that you're separating yourself from is significant. It's significant. It's difficult to leave behind. It's a weighty decision. Then we have the Queen of Cups in reverse. We've got 3 queens so far. Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, and the Queen of Cups in reversed. So again, we're saying, I feel like it could be an emotional decision to leave something behind, but you kind of have to shut those emotions off and think clearly and make the decision that is the right decision, even though emotionally it could be difficult. But the cards are really calling for you to sort of put up that wall. And kind of not try to put your emotions over sort of in a little box for the moment. The Chariot in reverse says, yeah, that leaving is difficult. It's not an easy transition. It's not an easy separation to make. And then we have the Hermit in reverse. So there's maybe some fear of being alone, or of what will happen to you once you've eliminated whatever this is from your life, whatever, or whoever. And it could be a person, or it could be it could be a situation. So our zombie card is the 8 of Cups. Really, really hammering home that exact message that something needs to be left behind. It's just, there's something that you sort of need to give up on, because it's maybe already given up on you even. With the Queen of Cups reversed, it could be that the love is already lost, and you're sort of still just hanging on out of nostalgia, out of hope, out of wanting to fix things and wanting to make it better, but it's kind of gone. You're holding on to a cup that's empty at this point. Eight of Cups, moving on, troubled relationships, and change. Time to pack it in, amigo. The town is nearly overrun. You need to load up on what's left of your sanity and move on. Relationships are no longer close, and you're feeling left out of the group. The Eight of Cups urges you to abandon a failed relationship or broken endeavor. It's time to try your luck in the little town down the road. So yeah, I mean, it's exactly the message all these cards were giving me. So for pile one, yeah, it's time to stop throwing good money after bad. And, you know, there's a point, I suppose, to holding on to hope and faith. But there also comes a point where it really is just time to pack it up and move on. And so that is my message for pile number one. And now we're going to move ahead with pile number two. For those who chose this plain little, probably flint rock, which actually is a little pinker and prettier in person. Oops, I cannot hold this rock. All right, let's see what's going on. We have the Ten of Wands in reverse. So with you guys, I'm seeing sort of a burden, a heavy burden that's either becoming unbearable, or in some way you're just ready to put it down, or you almost reached the end, or you could be moving out of it. The Two of Pentacles in reverse. Again, your hands are full. You've got a lot of plates in the air. You got a lot of fingers in a lot of pots. There's just a lot. You're overextending yourself. Clearly, there is a matter of being overextended. And you're not feeling burnout with this Ace of Wands. You're overextended, you're burnout, you're not feeling inspired, you're not feeling motivated, you're just not feeling it. Then we have the High Priestess, who says, meditate and turn inward to discover your soul's true desire. So yeah, I feel like whatever's going on with you, there's just too much, and it's time to kind of get away and into some time with yourself, and kind of stop spinning your wheels, stop burning your candle at both ends, stop overachieving, overworking, overrunning, and overburdening yourself. And get some quiet, get some time to listen to your intuition and your time to spend alone with some just quiet with your thoughts, maybe with a book, just kind of unwind. Time to unwind and listen to, look at that. Then we have the Hermit. So again, everything is saying there's just too much going on, and you got to let it all go. You got to get away. I've got to get away. I've got to run away. And then we have, look at this, the Ace of Swords. So I'm feeling like when you get away, you're going to be having, once you're able to kind of get into touch with your intuition, and, like I said, if you like to read, maybe spend some time reading some, either just something to unwind or some spiritual texts, and then spend time reflecting and thinking and going inward, and some ideas are going to be coming forth from this, some new, really wonderful ideas, some ways to overcome the obstacles that are keeping you from moving forward, some ideas, some solutions. So some of you may feel super overburdened and feel like you can't get away. And it's been said that when you absolutely cannot take a vacation is when you most need to. So you need to find some way to just get away from it all. And it's going to be so helpful and so enlightening. Look at that. Here we have the Devil in reverse. So this is telling me again that you're constricted, that you're trapped, and that you're needing to sort of let go of all the hubbub and all the busyness and craziness that's going on. Then we have the Hierophant in reverse. Again telling me that you need to spend some time, that you're not spending the time looking inward, listening to your own thoughts, kind of running from your own thoughts. Maybe they're scaring you a little bit. Maybe your thoughts are making you feel trapped, but your thoughts are making you feel trapped in the busyness of your life that's not letting you get alone and able to really, they're not to really so you think that you don't have time to think, basically. You're hearing too many other voices in your head. There's too much demanding. Everyone's pulling and tugging on you. And you're pretty certain that there's just no way that you can put all that aside for some peace and quiet. But I'm feeling like you really need to. And then here we have the Three of Cups, which can represent many things. Woo! There goes all the cards. So I feel like with this, what's really saying, first of all, you need to clear your mind. You need to get away from the burdens and everything. And this could mean that once you've done that, maybe you can reconnect again with some really close friends that can kind of, you can be a sounding board. You can, tell them what's going on and get some feedback. But I think it also can really mean more of the three, kind of getting a little bit more of getting in touch with yourself again, the three sides of yourself. We could say the Maid, Mother, and the Crone. We could say the Spirit, the Mind, and the Heart. I'm feeling like this is really more about connecting with yourself and your past, present, and future, and kind of, what is the word that I want? Oh my gosh. I guess I'm stuck with connecting because I just can't get past that. But integrating the parts of the whole of yourself, letting in the playful, childlike nature of yourself that maybe you thought was too immature and needed to, be kind of pushed aside. And also at the same time accepting that old curmudgeonly you that wants to veto everything and that wants to be on the safe side and wants to remind you that they're older and wiser, and being able to integrate those different aspects and honor all of them. Honor your responsible aspect, honor your carefree aspects, honoring all of them and integrating them to wholeness. So that's kind of what I'm seeing here with this. So now the zombie card, we have the Three of Wands. Three of Wands. So I'm gonna find that Three of Wands. I don't want to mark up this book, but it might be nice to be able to quickly find what I'm looking for. Three of Wands is cooperation, so we see that with the Three of Cups, progress, and group effort. Interesting, because there's so much really here about getting away from the group with the Hermit, the Hierophant in reverse, the High Priestess. A single zombie is slow, shambling, and often ineffective, but 100 zombies, suddenly you've got a powerful army. It's time to pull the members of your team in a huddle. You're at a great point to start a new venture, but resist the temptation to do it alone. Combining resources with others will help you get further faster. So I think maybe with the situation here is that you're kind of a little bit too much with the wrong people, or a little bit too much controlled by the wrong people, and there's just so much that you need to step away from and find that clarity. And maybe with a 3, do some calling, perhaps. Look for who are your real people, who are, who's your inner circle, who really can help you and be there for you. But I do think you're going to have to step away first and clear your mind and get all those other voices out of your head except for your own, and then even get your own voice out of your head. Learn to do some meditation where you observe your thoughts and let them kind of pass, and non-attachment to them, and let your mind have a little break. And then when you come back to it with a fresh perspective, you can focus on, the things that are more important and moving forward, and even reorganizing some of the chaos that you were in before is what I'm feeling with card pile group number 2. So now for group number 3. What is your message, group number 3, with this lovely green stone? Group number 3, what does the tarot have to say to you? The Queen of Wands in reverse. I feel like you've had some feeling of energy depletion. With the Hierophant in reverse, you're feeling kind of repressed, I think. Depleted by the rules, the expectations, the holidays are coming, so maybe that's kind of got you down a little bit. Those who expect you to do things according to tradition, a certain way, and you're just really feeling not feeling like you have the energy for all of that this time. The Fool tells me, that you want to step out of this tradition and kind of start something new. And then we have the Emperor, which tells me to step into your power, step into your boldness rewards. The old ways, the old traditions, the old routines, the way that things have always been done is not exciting you. It is not motivating you. It is, in fact, sort of draining you. And Emperor is saying, don't be afraid to go. You can go your own way. Take charge and say, you know what? This old stuff, I don't like cranberry sauce. Okay, I don't want cranberry sauce, and I'm not going to make cranberry sauce. I don't like turkey either. I want Chinese food for Thanksgiving. I want the Emperor's chicken. So, yeah, the Emperor is kind of saying, like, step into that power and accept yourself, and realize that doing things the way that you want to do them is not wrong. Doing things differently than tradition is not wrong. You can take over and just sort of, lead the new direction. And still, you're still being a leadership. You still have structure and discipline. You're just creating sort of a new structure. It's not a free-for-all. It's not that, you're not giving up or whatever, but you're looking for what's really going to kind of light your fire here, because you need something new. Look at this. Enthusiasm, optimism, creative, impatience, news of an exciting opportunity, allowing your creativity to soar. So here we have the Prince of Fire, and the Prince of Fire is saying, yeah, look we can take and charge and go and move in a new direction that is creative, and we can be enthusiastic, and we can kind of regain the enthusiasm we used to have by, not being stuck in those old rules. Then we have the Three of Fire, moving forward, planning long term, pride and success in your labors, being patient as you decide what's next, abundance from past choices. So everything here is saying, once you figure out the new direction that you want to take, and once you once you quit feeling like you have to do it the old way, you have to do it the way we've always done it, and you just say, chuck it, I'm going to do it the way I want to, I'm going to lead this, and you're going to be getting your fire back. There's the Five of Pentacles saying, again, how sort of worn out this old way has made you feel, and maybe also, it's also possible that you're feeling like you have less resources this year to do things the way that you normally do, and so maybe there is some creativity that's needed. And the Judgment card is coming into play, and the Page of Wands. So this is a card also of resurrection, and I'm seeing kind of you're feeling knocked out, but knocked down, but not knocked out. That's hard to say. You may knock me down, but you'll never knock me out, okay? So, for whatever reason, you're feeling kind of glum about, whatever's coming up and however you used to do things. And it could also be too like someone who's in maybe recently got divorced before the holidays, and now you feel like, okay, Christmas is just not going to be like it was, or maybe you lost a parent or something that's kind of thrown the normal way out the window, and you feel like it just won't be any good this year. Maybe COVID has got you thinking, okay, the holidays are just not going to be any good this year, but I'm seeing that there's creativity, and once you find that and embrace that, you're going to refine your passion and your joy for those things, and you can't just, don't need to give up, basically. And then here we have the Queen of Swords, and she is a badass bitch. Whoop, did I say that? I'm not monetized, so I can say the naughty words. Alright. Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords says, intelligent, sharp tongue, and possibly unscrupulous. So I feel like you might have to be a little bit of a biatch. You might have to say, people aren't necessarily gonna like change, but you know what's best, okay? Queen of Swords knows what's best. So if you think you're kicking her out of her double wide, you got another thing coming. Underneath her hair curlers and terry cloth bathrobe beats the heart of a true fighter. The Queen of Swords represents a woman who may have suffered the loss of a loved one, but still carries on. She's a little tougher, a little wiser, and definitely ready for the next wave of terror. She's ready. She's ready for it. So, yeah, that is kind of what I was feeling, was someone who has experienced a loss and is, feeling a little down, but is the Queen of Swords. This Queen of Swords is absolutely the epitome of, you can knock me down, but you can never knock me out. She is locked and loaded, and she's ready. She is, she might look like a sweet old lady, but come at me, brah. Come at me. So for those who picked pile 3, whatever it is that's kind of got you down, just don't let it be the thing that takes you out, because I absolutely see that, once you have embraced letting go of the what's kind of no longer available, and doing things this new way. And I feel like with the Queen of Swords, you've got plenty of ideas of what you want to do, and it might sound crazy, it might feel crazy. Your family might think you're crazy if you want to have tacos for Christmas. But you just can't handle a turkey dinner this year, and tacos sounds wonderful. You know, once you say, look it, I'm the boss around here, I'm the queen, and we're gonna do it this way, you're gonna just feel so much more ready to, just so much more energized. And if nothing else, it'll be memorable. So whatever you choose to do going forward, whatever new traditions you want to start, or at least try, throw it on the wall and see if it sticks. So that's my message for those of you who picked pile number 3. Quickly, even though very few people have probably stuck around after hearing whichever one they wanted, of course, like, share, subscribe, comment down below. And as always, tarot friends, be well, and we'll see you soon for another reading or an exciting, something else fun and exciting. Have a great day.